Hi, this is Dreama, and today we are doing a client reading. And today's reading is a 3-question reading. It's kind of a variation of the 21 card spread that I used before. Now, like I said, this is a client reading. I know the name of the client, and they know their name, but I won't be saying it during this video. I've already actually shuffled the cards, cut them, and laid them out in the spread. And the reason I did that is because my camera only records for about 10 minutes and then it quits. So we're going to be doing this video in more than likely 2 parts, possibly 3. We're going to start off, and the top row of 7 cards will be the first question. The center row will be the second question. And then finally, the last row will be the last question. Now, the client's first question today, they had some kind of issues with a former employer, and it's kind of been going on for quite some time from what I understand. And the client wants to know what is going on with that employer now. Okay, so I'm going to start over here, and we're going to do a couple of cards at a time. And we have the 3 of Cups and the 4 of Pentacles. Now, this is interesting in respect to our question, because what the client wants to know is what's going on with them right now, as in relation to some things that had happened in the past. And what I'm getting from the first card is that I think that because it's a cup card, it's a 3 of Cups, there seems to be some sort of unity. So what that tells me is within that company, there is some sort of unity and agreement on their side of the story. Okay, so they're kind of all sticking together right now against the client. Okay, and we're going to move on to the 4 of Pentacles. Now this is an interesting card. I'm not sure if you can see, but there's a pentacle above their head, 2 on the floor, and the person in the card is holding a pentacle. Now, what I'm getting from this card, as it relates to the question, okay, is that it seems to me that this person, because he has 4 pentacles, he's holding them down, holding one and one above his head. To me, this tells me this is about control. And this company is sticking together, and they are attempting to control the entire situation. This is something that I feel that they've done for quite some time now. Okay? All right, now we're going to move to the next 2. And we have the 9 of Pentacles. And we have the 5 of Pentacles. Now, the 9 of Pentacles is, again, interesting in respect to the question. Because what I'm getting from that card is that this company feels a sense of safety, okay, and a sense that it's all staying together because they are sticking together. So it's a sense of safety for them. And, you know, also that what they're doing is hoarding, more or less, hoarding all these things from the client. And they're not willing to actually let go of the past, okay? This is something they are continuing to do to this day. All right, and then we have the 5 of Pentacles. I'm not sure if you can see this card, but this is kind of a cold card. The people in the picture, they look extremely cold and extremely poor, almost like beggars. And so what I'm getting from that card is basically, this is a card of, because we've had so much harmony, what I'm seeing now is that there may be someone within the company, a couple of people, that are beginning to feel kind of bad about what had happened in the past. Okay? And so it's more about money. This tells me that there's some kind of money problems going on within that company. And there are a couple people that are extremely worried about that, okay? Which explains why they may be kind of sticking together. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is upside down. And we have the Ace of Cups, which is upside down. Now, the Wheel is an interesting card in respect to a company rather than a person, because this card is about, it's about change, okay? And what I'm seeing is that within this company, they are trying to bring about some sort of change, okay? And they feel that that change will bring them an abundance of wealth, and their money troubles will be over. That's what their goal is, okay? And then we have the Ace of Cups last. Now, the Ace of Cups is interesting again as it relates to this question that the client had. And remember, the question was, what's going to happen with this company that the client used to actually be with, okay? And the Ace of Cups, when it's in reverse, it takes on an entirely different meaning, as with the Wheel of Fortune. Whenever you have a card that is in reverse, what you end up with is, something that is completely opposite of the way it would be read the other direction. So what this tells me is that because it's in reverse, that again, there's someone within that company that has some sort of fear, but they also have this hope of change. So they're hoping something's going to change. And the Ace of Cups, what I'm getting in reverse, is that, there's somebody there with a false heart. There's someone there that is deceiving people, okay? And whoever that person is, or people, it may be more than one, that are deceiving people, I do think in the long run, it's going to come out. There may even become some sort of conflict within this company that will cause almost like a revolution within the company, if that makes sense. Okay, and we're going to move to the last one for question 1. And we have the Strength card in reverse. And again, just like all the others, like I said, when the card is in reverse, it means the opposite. So what I'm getting from this card, the opposite of strength is, it's definitely not strength. It's that what's going on within this company now is all of its strong points are failing, okay? This is a failing enterprise, and someone there is deceiving people, okay? So I really feel that in the end, this company, something's going to happen. It's either going to go belly up, or it's going to change hands. Something is going to happen, because this is not a strong company anymore, okay? All right, now we're going to move on to the second question. And the second question the client had, this client had applied for a couple of different jobs, and they wanted to know what's going to be going on with those. So I'm going to move down here to this one. We're going to do 2 at a time again. Okay. We have the Empress, and we have the 6 of Rods in reverse. I'm going to start with the Empress, because this is an interesting card. As it, has to do with jobs, this is a very strong card. That's really the only way I know how to put it. This is about action. So what that tells me is that one of the companies that the client has applied to, that there is going to be some action from that company, whether it be an interview or a job or something. But one of those companies, there's going to be some action. Now we have the 6 of Rods in reverse. And just like before, like I said, when you turn the card upside down, it takes on a completely different meaning. And this one is interesting because it's a very strong card, okay? But what that tells me is that when you turn it in reverse, then what I'm getting is that these companies are having a lot of apprehension and fear, okay, about hiring the client. So what I would suggest, because obviously one of these companies is looking at doing that, but they have a lot of apprehension and fear. So what I would say is that when you go to an interview, make sure that you're clear about, how well you can do the job, and just make sure that you can reassure them that they don't have anything to fear, okay? Alrighty, and now we're going to move on to the next 2. And we have the Page of Pentacles, and we have the World upside down, okay? I'm going to talk about the World first. This is actually a pretty good card, but again, when it's in reverse, it takes on a completely different meaning, okay? And what I'm getting from this card is that there is a lot of stagnation within the company. It's not going anywhere. If it were this direction, I would say it is, but this company, one of these companies that you've applied for, isn't really going anywhere. They're kind of stagnant, okay? All right, well, I'm going to pause this now. We'll pick this back up in video 2.